What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? YouTube land. I've got a really important public service announcement. I did a video on this not long ago, but it really been in my heart. I wanted to do it again, and I wanted to talk about bullying. I saw a movie last night. It's called Bullying. It's called Bully, actually. It's a documentary that was done a few years back by a guy who covered a couple of families, two families. And there were stories about a boy named Tyler Long who hung himself in a closet. And there was another boy named Ty who took his own life with a gun. He was 11 years old. Tyler was 17. And it was touching to me for a couple of reasons. One, the main reason being is because I myself was the target of bullies when I was a child growing up in school. I was constantly picked on, called names, and all I really wanted to do was to be their friend. I just wanted to get along with them, And it was so many times where I just wish they would just have left me alone, I just wanted to come to school, have a good day, normal day, come to school, just enjoy myself, get my education and go home. That's what I was going to school for, was get an education. But it was hard for me to concentrate on my schoolwork because I knew that when I got there, kids were going to be kids and they were going to do what they were going to do. Now, when I say kids are going to be kids, that's not giving them a pass to say that what they were doing was right. When I watched that documentary, it was so heart-wrenching to see how those teachers and those principals were so matter-of-fact about everything. Like, well, kids are going to be kids, and we're going to, we can't regulate. There's really nothing we can do about it. It is this, that, the other. When you got kids, it's time to wake up. You got kids out there committing suicide. I can remember vividly being in the 9th grade. I believe it was a creative writing class. The last day of school, right around there, my freshman year of high school, where these kids they tore into me. It was so bad to the point to where I literally got up, went to another desk, buried my head in the desk, covered my face, and just began to cry, tears rolling down my face. I didn't want anybody to know, because I'm a dude, you a man, I'm a boy, I can't let nobody see me. I ain't gonna be no wuss, I'm not no girl, I don't want nobody to see me cry. But, man, it was just that real, just the feeling that I felt, from that situation, how it was, just experiencing that, man, it just, and it's like the kids, it's like they feed off of you. And they just continue, they feed off of your disappointment, your sadness, and your hurt. And it's like that fuels the fire. You think they would just stop after they see the effects that it's causing, but they don't. And parents, we got to get involved. We got to talk to these children about this. And we got to put an end to this. We have to talk about this. And we have to let them know that, it's not okay to pick on another child. And it's not okay to do things. Now, did I do some things myself? At first, it started off where I was just the target of bullying. But after a while, it got to the point to where I was so angry that I began to bully other people. I began to bully back. When you bully somebody, you become a bully. And I would fight back with them. I would jaw back and forth instead of just, my father used to tell me, well, just leave it alone, it'll die for lack of attention. I tried that. It didn't work. So like the more I ignored them, the worse it got. You try to go sit somewhere else, they follow you. They calling you names, curse words across the room. Kids laughing. When the kids laugh, that's why I'm going to talk to other kids, where you can say, well, I wasn't bullying, but you were entertaining it. You were laughing at it. You were making it. It was funny. It's funny to me how if you never experienced the bully, you were the popular kid in school, you got everything your way, you did everything. When you're not the bully yourself, when you're not being bullied or you're not the bully, but you're just, when you laugh, you participate in it, you're just as much a bully as the bully themselves. You can say, well, I didn't do anything, all I did was laugh. Well, you're just as, in my opinion, you're just as responsible as those who did it. Because somebody should stand up to the person and say, hey, enough is enough. Go to the teacher, say something, go to the principal. If the kids would band together and talk to their parents, would come together and they would talk to principals, and they would put their foot down as a community and as a group, and we would all work together and not, think our children are angels. Because, I know I got 2 boys. I know they're not perfect. I know they sometimes do things at school I don't know about. And, if a teacher tells me that they were misbehaving, I'm not going to be so quick to jump to my children's defense. I remember when I was growing up, it took a lot for me to convince my parents that the teachers weren't right. Because as soon as they said something, they were ready to tear into my behind. Now these parents, and what's sad about it is these parents are my generation. And they're so quick to take these kids, sides and stuff. I pray about everything. By me being a believer, being a man of God, I go to God in prayer. But I do realize sometimes teachers are, they mistreat kids, and they should be dealt with it. They should lose their jobs if they're doing things to children. But we shouldn't be so quick to take these kids' sides that we're not, we should be open-minded to the fact that our children aren't angels. And at the same time, these teachers, sometimes the teachers get involved in the bullying. I even had it one time when I was a sophomore, I believe, maybe junior in high school, and kids started in on me. This one boy that was always messing with me started in on me, and when he did it, when they started, the kids were laughing. The teacher himself was laughing about it, and that was what was sad about it. The teacher himself was laughing, and he was in on the bullying himself. And that hurt me worse than the kid doing it. The fact that the teacher was even in on it. I'm just like, wow, it just blows my mind. And that's what if these teachers would quit being so busy trying to get along with these kids and be friends with these kids, and they should do their jobs, and be, more responsible and be and put their foot down. You can say what you want to say, man. This thing just angered. When I watched that documentary, it angered me. It hurt my heart, and it upset me to see that we're still in this predicament right now. And there are kids every day that's committing suicide, taking their own lives, cutting themselves because they can't. I'm going to be honest with you. There was times where I felt like the Columbine kids, where I wanted to get a gun and go and start blasting. Excuse my language. I'm going to start blasting niggas. I'm going to be real with you. And I wanted to, there were times when I wanted to kill myself, take my own life, because it was just, I couldn't take it. I would ask my mother, like, is it okay if I could stay home from school? Because I just didn't want to get on that bus and deal with being called nigger from the white kids and then the black kids. Oh, you think you're the black kids? Oh, he think he all of that, because I was from Kansas City. I wasn't from Tennessee, Well, he thinks he's all of that, See, I acted too white for the black kids, but then for the white kids, they were racist. So I had to deal with the racist white kids. Then I had to deal with the black kids that were jealous, So I was like, man, I didn't fit in with nobody. So most of my life, I was a recluse. I was either I was trying to get along with people, or I was trying to, I was just saying, forget about it. There was a kid in that movie, Bully, who kind of reminds me of myself when I was on the bus, with kids smacking me in the back of the head from behind while I'm sitting on the bus, throwing books, hitting me in the head while I'm sitting there. Nigger, yelling all that stuff out. Those kinds of things, dealing with that kind of thing. I got in so many fist fights with white kids, and and then what happened was, when I whooped they behind, then I'm the one got disciplined for, he called me a nigga and I gave him a black eye, but I got to go to the principal's office, I mean, that kind of thing is what would anger me, just that whole, it's like I felt like I couldn't win for losing. If I stood up for myself, I got in trouble. If I didn't say anything, I was victimized, It's just, people, we need to wake up. In the body of Christ, we need to pray. We really do. We need to quit being so consumed with our own thing, and we got to pray over these children and pray over this generation, because we're losing our kids. Because this generation of hip-hop music and all this stuff, and it's just infiltrated in rock music and all this stuff, has poisoned our children. And it's sad, to see this. And a lot of it has to do with the parents. The parents are just not